Natalie, it's so wonderful to meet you. Here today to learn a bit about Zero Living and to also celebrate Earth Day together and the preservation of our wonderful and beautiful planet. Tell me a bit about your personal story and journey and how you came to found Zero Living.
I founded ZeroLiving back in 2018. My passion to kind of create a better shopping habit was something that I wanted to do, and I reached out to a few different brands and started the conversation about starting a platform together. It's nice to be able to evolve and build up more brands to encourage people to a better way of shopping.
What is the mission of the brand?
The main mission is to kind of change the way we shop. So it is about understanding, where your products come from, learning about their whole kind of life cycle from start to finish, understanding materials and ingredients, and then knowing who's made them. Our kind of aim is to expose and be as transparent as possible to all those kind of details, so that once you start making those kind of switches and you start discovering, you then become a bit more aware of every product in your life.
There's a big educational piece around it, all about longevity and making smarter choices, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you're right. The education part is one that has maybe been quite slow up until this kind of point.
Yeah.
I think it's hard to educate people in a world that we're constantly consuming.
Yeah.
Talking to different people, I think, is one of the most important parts. It's sharing that knowledge.
How do you sort of engage with your supply chain? Is that something you spend time on? It's very much part of your sort of mission as a business.
From the very beginning, we kind of build up a relationship that is open and honest, and I have to trust what they're doing and where they're getting it from.
I absolutely agree, because it's just being honest and open with the consumers or with the final user about where the product's from. I'm the property side, so it's different to you and much less glamorous, but where you have stone or wood, it's all tagged and you have the provenance of where that's been, and hopefully it's been used in other buildings and it's recycled.
Yeah, I think that's the number one thing as well. It's that reusing and recycling.
Yeah.
And when I decked out the shop, the whole plan was to kind of go to a salvage yard and get rocks and old bricks and old bits of wood that would otherwise not be loved and not probably ever used again, but that we could use to kind of build the space. You can make beautiful things out of old things, basically. Definitely. Which I think is lovely.
Through a consumer lens, what are the sort of first steps that you would advise if your consumers want to become more sustainable?
I think it's about analysing how you do shop currently, just seeing if there are easy kind of switches that you can make, kind of putting yourself out there to discover and learn a bit more.
Stories, I think, are so powerful, and being able to tell the story of the brand and then supporting independent brands, I just think is such a pleasure.
When you learn about someone's journey, especially when they're small and they've started it just because they wanted to reduce some kind of waste in their home, and now they're selling to so many more people, and it's just, they feel like they've made a positive impact. You're right, the story is such a lovely thing that I think is so important.
Yeah. So let's talk about your beautiful store that I can see behind you. Apart from being a lovely street on Duke Street, what sort of made you choose to open your store on this street and in Mayfair?
It's such a beautiful location that is innovative and forward-thinking, and obviously this street has some beautiful shops all down it, and I think it's a place that people come to because they want to discover something different. They kind of want to have their eyes opened. I just thought it would be an amazing place to kind of really make our mark. On the windows we've got our lovely slogans that everyone walks past and stops and takes in and makes them think. It's London, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's something great to discover. That's one of the main reasons.
What's sort of next for Zero Living?
It's definitely about showing off the new brands,
Yeah.
the beautiful space. But it'll be just lovely to kind of get people out and about and talking about it, and discovering new brands.
Well, Natalie, it's been such a pleasure speaking to you today. Thank you so much for your time. And
no worries,
as I
thanks
say,
for
I
having me.
can't wait to come in and try all your products and see you in person.
Oh, well, we look forward to having you in soon, so thank you very much.